Well, hello, dudes and dudettes, and holy crap, I got a notification. YouTube, you might not be fucking up today. Oh my god, that's amazing. Cool. Everything seems to be alright. Flipping it over. Looks like it's good. Green across the board. Streams up on my phone. Sweet. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where today, no plans at all. I have no weed. I have a little bit of resin, but I don't think I'm going to be scraping resin. I still have a dab pen. It doesn't work very well, so I'm probably going to be smoking from the dab pen like every 5 minutes to keep me playing this game, but we shall see. I've got a Dr. Pepper, I've got everything else ready. Cool, let's just jump right in. There's really no need for us to chillax at the starting screen for me to smoke a bowl, because I don't have a bowl to smoke. I say, technically I could probably scrounge up a bowl to smoke, but it's fine. Resume saved. And we're not doing SpaceX. In fact, that's a good thing I should mention right now. We have a little bit of a good news. I spent about $700 last night on Arduino boards, on gyro accelerometer controllers, on GPS, GSM modules, on all this other stuff, a 3D printer, about 20 pounds in white plastic, and a lot of other shit. We are going to have some fun with it. I think I'm going to be starting the Kerbal Space Program in real life, probably next week, which means it'll be a weekly episode. It's not going to be, like, it's either going to be an episode or a stream, and I'm not certain if it's going to be a stream yet or not. I'll have to think about that as we get into it and how hard it is to actually turn it into a streamable format. An episode would be more logical, but I haven't really done any form of live editing or anything like that, so I'll have to figure it out. That all being said, that's kind of not related to the game we're playing today, besides the fact that it's space. I have no goals. I figured we would do some tourism stuff. I figured we would make some money. We'd make some science. Is there anything specific that we want to go for with science? That'd be kind of cool. We just got heavy rocketry. Okay, so we still need our heavy fuel. And then we probably want to get some more electronic stuff unlocked, because we're still on, like, tier 1 of electronics. Yeah, we should probably start looking in the supply ready pack. What is that? Oh, a small amount of supplies. I guess that's for life support, but we don't have any. Interesting. I don't know why that's in there if we don't have a life support mod, but that's fine. I guess we'll go for large fuel cells, and then... Hello, Buckwild! Welcome to the stream, man. How are you been today? I guess we'll go for our large fuel tank first. And then maybe try to get up to some experimental rocketry. That's 1,500 science. That should be a lot. So we'll just go for that. Do we have any... Holy bejesus. I love how you think I can go to Mars. That's not going to happen. Science data from space around Earth. That's actually pretty easy, but it's not going to pay me enough. Let's get rid of all the shit. Well, I guess I'm going to do that one. That one I've already accepted. Hello, Shu. Welcome to the stream. How have you been today? Get rid of this. Once again, we're just going to go for tourism first, because we can make a stupid amount of money with it. And I believe the last time we were playing Kerbal Space Program, which is about a week ago or so, if I remember correctly, we were working on a new tourist craft where we could get more and more tourists into orbit and then back down safely. So we'll see if we can continue that today. Oh yeah, I wanted to write the program for KOS to bring my tourists into orbit automatically, so I don't have to do it. I might work on that today. You're both doing good? Well, that's good to hear. Let's get tourists. My day has been pretty damn slow, I have to admit. I didn't have really anything exceptional. You're surprised I'm playing KSP without weed? Me too, but I put it on, or put it off long enough. For the past, like, 4 streams, I've had at the bottom of the screen is like, KSP tomorrow, and 4 streams in a row. So I figured I have to. I mean, I physically have to do Kerbal Space Program tonight. I do have my dab pen still, which I'll be hitting non-stop throughout this stream, but I mean, it's really just going to keep me buzzed. 1 week, which was today. I'm so confused. 1 week, which was today. Huh? Let's go back to the vehicle assembly building. I did just create a new tourist money sapper, right? It's like, oh no, we renamed it. We renamed it something weird. Somebody in chat named it something. Uh-oh. Well, let's see if I'll be able to find this thing. Oh, is it the rocket tour bus to help? That sounds right. And it's definitely not the tourist money sapper. There's V2. I think V2, because it's the same cost, but with less parts, is the one that we use. Oh, the last stream was last Friday of KSP. Thank you. I didn't know that. I thought it was about a week ago, but I didn't know exactly when I streamed it. Man, you're on top of it. Okay, so we have our deceleration engine. We have all of that. Well, let's just see if I can get this thing into orbit. I'm probably going to fail the first time because I don't remember necessarily how to get this thing perfectly into orbit. Like the gravity turn, I think I'm just going to stick with Primordialism's 10 to 60k 45-degree angle out, but I don't know if that's good or not. I can't remember how I actually got this thing into space. I think I did that until I was at over 140,000, and then I just went pure horizontal. I'm pretty sure that's how I got this working, but I'm not certain. Oh, no, no, no. We had these... Okay. Yeah, all these boosters. Oh, that's gonna be a bitch. I have to release those boosters quickly. We'll have to... Yeah, I'm just gonna fail. Let me smoke a hit from this pin, even though it's not gonna be great, and let's do this. Oh. It's oddly harsh. And I know it's because it's the atomizer. But, oh, it's oddly harsh. It's like a spicy dab every time I take a hit. It's a really shitty dab. Oh, yeah, I forgot we had all our lights on it. What? What is with the camera angled? Okay. And I just wander into the sky. Is there anyone out there? Nope. Okay, well, let's see here. Everything off. UFO on. Okay, all of our lights, everything's good. Okay, I need to stop hitting the middle mouse button. I played RuneScape too much. Disarm that because we don't need to have FMRS going. I think we're good. I just can't remember how this rocket works. Fuck it. 3, 2, 1, go. You'll be back later if you're still streaming? Oh, good, Buckwild. I might still be streaming. I don't know how long I'm going to go tonight. Honestly, it'll probably only be a couple hours. Rather than the, like, 4 to 6 hour long streams I usually have. Taking its sweet-ass time to get off the ground, that's for sure. With the red flashing light, it almost looks like there are error messages popping up near Bob and Jebediah. I can't honestly remember if I went straight up with these guys or if I started my gravity turn with them. I don't know, I'll leave it. Let's get our throttle set up for the joystick. Take another hit off this dab pin because the one I just took didn't do shit. Oh, good. Why is there that light at the bottom? I assume you're talking about on the launch pad whenever I was taking off. It's because we have massive spotlights on this thing. We have way too many lights on this crap for no real reason. And today has been iffy. You know about the dogs? Yup. Okay, so what's the apoapse? Apoapse is still really, really low. I guess I'll just stick with it being straight up and down for a while. I honestly don't know how well this will work because I haven't launched it in about a week, and I think God, I need to quit hitting the middle mouse button. So used to RuneScape, even though I only played it for 2 days. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go straight up, detach these things, get away from it, and then try to get into orbit. Just waiting. 500 meters per second. Speed's doing good. What about our apoapse? Still only at 34, so we're good there. I was worried we were going to go too far into space if we burn straight up with these. I really don't think a gravity turn's a good idea, because we have so many outer boosters that we're going to have to release. I have a feeling if we're on an angle, those things are going to come slamming into us. As long as we don't completely waste our fuel. Yeah, it's not even close to space yet, so I guess I'll just leave it. I say it's not even close, it's closer than the 40 seconds of burn time away that we have, apparently. Shit. So we're gonna have to do a gravity turn. Oh, this is not good! I don't want a gravity turn with these guys. I really don't. Fuck it, let's do it. If I'm gonna do a gravity turn, I'm gonna do a whole gravity turn. We'll just try to get the fuck out of the inside of these. Oh my god. Pull back. We're good. I hate this. I hate this so much. This is gonna blow us up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignite. Get us the hell out of the center of these. Woo! They were all good. Let's do map. What's our apoapse? Apoapse actually isn't in space yet. It's actually pretty entertaining. I thought we were going to be too far into space, but we're not even there yet. Well, we're still needing to burn because we have way too low thrust to weight right now, so we need to get rid of some of our fuel, which will help bring our apoapse up and also give us horizontal speed. What a shitty way of getting that into orbit. But hey, if it works, it works. Not quite sure it's going to work yet, but we'll see. $1,700. I feel like I'm going to want to pull up a little bit more to make that come up faster. We're still at less than a G of force, so... Crazy shit. Takes so much fuel. Alright, now we're pretty much in space. Let's start angling it over. Just keep it at 100% and see if we can get this out there quicker. Oh yeah! I think I remember fighting this, where we had to make sure we were on our apoapse at all time. Okay, well, I think I'm good. We're gonna take another hit from this dab pin. This thing is shitty. Like, it doesn't get me high at all. Only about a quarter through our kerosene. Burn, baby, burn. What an absurd rocket. I mean, if it works, it's not that absurd, but still, what an absurd rocket. 65,000, I assume. Yeah, we're getting close to the apoapse. We'll be there within probably 20 seconds. I'm gonna have to start angling back and forth, but that's fine. There we go. Trying to make it where our vertical speed doesn't come down too fast. We're just barely in space right now. Unfortunately, I think we need to burn through this fuel faster. Oh, we're descending. That's no bueno. Holy fuck, 30 degrees of angle and I still don't have... Wow. That's the thrust to weight for you right there. That's what I was just saying. We need to start burning these engines way before I detach. We don't have enough thrust to weight from them. I mean, I know it works. We've had this rocket work a few times already. This is the version 2, but it's still not a very good one. It looks like that vertical speed is going to start coming back up here in a second. As our thrust goes, or our G-force goes up, thrust to weight goes up, same thing. I'm just gonna hold this 30 degrees and just let it do its thing. Hey, what's up, Tristan? Nothing much. Just playing the game. Don't have weed today, which kind of sucks. I've been just smoking off my dab pen. That's insane that we're still descending. We're at 30 fucking degrees. Pulling almost 2 Gs of acceleration. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm not even gonna... I'll just keep doing this. Worst case scenario, it gives us too much horizontal speed, right? And we don't get back up into orbit. But that shouldn't take long. It's just ridiculous that 30 degrees of angle and we're still not getting enough thrust. $37,000. Hey, now that vertical speed's starting to come back. I'll stay at this angle for a while because we need to get that apoapse back ahead of us. Hey, there it goes. We're no longer descending according to that, though we are. Burn, baby, burn. Now we're starting to gain altitude again. I'll get that up to about 100 meters per second or so of vertical speed and then start angling it out. Just make sure that we're going to definitely get back into space soon. All good, and then still not completely go horizontal, but go maybe to 15 degrees, just half it, because I still want to keep that going up. Slowly we're getting through our fuel. We need every last bit of this fuel, so it's just waiting for it to run out, basically. Alright, we're in good enough vertical speed, because we're definitely going to get back in space. Now everyone's happy with their suborbital flight so far, right? Yes, they are. Okay, cool. I'll keep that popped up. Angle out more. You're not going to get to space, buddy. All good. G-force is still rising. I'm wanting to get closer to 3 to 4 Gs. Just waiting. good. Takes forever, but I'm just watching this diligently. It'd be cool if we got it on the first try. Keep that vertical speed up. And nope. It's going down again. Yeah, perfectly stable. Okay, let's start bringing that fuel down. Damn, that wasn't even close. I say that, we still have some fuel, but that's crazy. Like, that's at 6,500. We need to burn those a lot sooner. So the going straight up is a bad idea. That's why we ran out of fuel, because I went way too much. Oh, wow, good job. That pin is working. I went way too vertical at the very beginning. I need to do more of a gravity turn, but I was scared because I thought these engines were going to come slamming down into us. Worst case scenario, what happens if I kick this engine on? I assume we can't get into orbit, but I was going to try anyways. Like I said, I was figuring I was going to fail on the first one, because I don't remember how to fly this craft anymore. 5,000, 5,800. Really, the speed's not that bad. I'm tempted. We're gonna get into orbit. Camera flip. We're just waiting on you. Sooner or later. Wait a few more seconds till everyone gets their little check marks. That's it. Sweet. Now flip this happy thing around. So we did get it in space, but now here's the problem. Are we going to be able to get this thing out of space? With this amount of fuel? Maybe? It depends on how we do it. Try making the Delta 4 heavy? I don't think I'm going to do that, but I definitely think we're going to remake this thing today. Or at least make it where it works every time. Without me just doing some weird stuff. Out of curiosity, does this work? Halt. Just waiting. We might come down on Australia again, but that's fine. That apoapse should very quickly flip itself with this periapse. We should have stupid amounts of RCS too, if I remember correctly, on this craft. What I'm trying to do is bring us down. Yeah, we have way more than enough RCS control. What I'm trying to do is bring that down. Ooh, 300k. Yeah, we need to bring that down fast because it's going to give us too much speed. I'm going to try to bring our periapse down to about 60,000, 65,000. And we'll see if we can use that as a air brake. $138. I'm still at full time acceleration, so this should start changing up a bit. Yep. Already brought it down over 100k. Takes a while, but it's better than just resetting this whole thing because it failed. Could have sworn that'd be close. What is my current altitude? 154. Okay, so I'm still about 130,000 away from that. Good, because I don't want to be that high up in the air. If we were 300k in the air, that's gonna be a very harsh come down. 134. Yeah, I think this will work. It's just sketchy. Sketchy and slow. I'm at full time acceleration, so I can't make it faster. I theoretically could have waited until I was at that apoapse, but like I said, I want to bring that down. If I'm at that high of an apoapse, I'm going to come down with a lot of speed. And by a lot of speed, faster than we're currently going. And I don't want to be going that fast as we enter the atmosphere. 125k. It's got to be getting close. Yeah, okay. Now we're under 70,000 meters from that apoapse. Good. Because I don't like just sitting here. It takes a long time to get this thing down. We could use our liquid oxygen and methane, but I'm scared to use that. We have barely enough to slow us down at the moment. Apoapse is starting to come towards us quicker. Good, that periapse is starting to drop faster. That's what I want. If we could get it down to 65, we're golden. It's already out of space, but if we could get it down to 65, that's perfect. And it looks like we brought our apoapse down so much that it's not going to be a problem. Good. About another 30 seconds or so, and we'll be able to do this. I thought we'd be coming down on Australia, but apparently not. The way that I'm doing, I think last time if we would have time accelerated to our apoapse and then done this, it would have made it where we landed in Australia, but I'm not certain. I know we landed in Australia twice in the last stream, or maybe more than that. I just know we did it a couple times. You're doing this, meanwhile you're attempting a shuttle and failing. Shuttles suck. I've tried that once. And just the side slip aspect of it, the fact that it has to go up at an angle because of the off-ski, it drives me crazy. Hello, Jacqueline! You're actually just getting to smoke after a little tolerance break? Well, that's cool. I'm glad you have weed. Unfortunately, I don't. I only have this shitty dab pen, but I'm glad you have weed. Let us continue. Oh, wrong one. Don't I have solar panels on this? I do have solar panels on this. Okay. Not that I think it's really going to matter. Just do a hair's breadth of time acceleration. Sweet. A little bit more than that. We have full power! And... oh, I thought this was in the atmosphere already. Good lord, it's going to take us a while to get out of the atmosphere. There we go. Australia! What do you know? I swear I didn't call it. Hello, John! How's it going today? It is going okay, and Smome? Well, I'll take a hit off my dab pen, but I don't have any weed, so I can't Smome with you. But I did take a hit off my dab pen for you. Which isn't great, but it works. Put, 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 put. Okay, let's time accelerate. Might as well put our grid fins out because there's no point. This is where it's going to get interesting. Because I could theoretically... Do I want to do it? Fuck it. Let's kick on the engine. Vapor and feed lines. Well, I'm glad this thing has extra shuts because I completely forgot that I had to settle my fuel. And I should probably kick on my engines after I'm under 100k, if I'm being honest. We're going to shoot right over Australia. You hope the marijuana gods bless you with many nugs and bowls? Well, I hope so too. I have the money to buy weed, but I'm at a conundrum. If I bought weed, I wouldn't be able to buy my VIP ticket to RTX this year. And I've never been able to go to RTX, but I was able to buy the tickets last year, and I couldn't afford the hotel room, well, the hotel room and everything else combined, because I had problems with Bitcoin. This year, I have the money for the ticket, and I'm definitely going to have the money for the hotel because I've been making enough money. But if I spend $800 on an RTX ticket, I'm not going to be able to pay all my bills and buy $300 worth of weed, too. And my bills are a lot more important than weed. In RTX, I'm debating whether or not is more important than weed. Like, I've been... Yesterday and today, I've been back and forth on it. I honestly don't know if my sanity for all the stress and everything else, I mean, stream isn't anything, but, yeah, my sanity for the stress from Bitcoin and day trading and all that shit, I honestly don't know. I think weed might be more important than RTX. Anybody looking at BitConnect memes? I have no idea. I don't look at memes. Whoop. I'm still 10,000 over the atmosphere that I want to be at. Yeah, I love all their faces. As they're coming down. 105. Why is it glitching? Weird. Weird. Is it the lights? No, it's weird. It's frame stuttering today. I've never had that happen before as far as I'm aware. Maybe I've just been too stoned to notice it every time. But it looks like it's crazy frame stuttering today in time acceleration. Like, that looks like 20 frames per second there. Yeah, nah, RTX is definitely better. Weed will be around when you're caught up. That's what I was thinking, Jacqueline, but I don't know. I've been back and forth. For the moment, I still haven't bought weed. I'm holding out for the RTX ticket. We'll see. Because right now, I've got enough money to pay all my bills, and I've got enough money in Bitcoin where I could pay my RTX ticket. I guess we should start kicking this on now, right? At least at like 5% throttle. Our fuel settled, so I don't have a problem there. Alright, let's see if this does it. Very soon our camera is going to drastically change. Yup, there we go. Start slowing on down. How many ignitions do we have left? We have one ignition left. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could keep this burning until I'm a little too low on fuel, or I could cut it off if I think I'm going to run out, and then kick it back on later, but I don't know if I want to or not. Usually around 60k, 70k is when we start losing our ability to control this thing. So I assume what I want is just to waste all my fuel by the time we hit 60k. Which might be a while. The grid fins, though, I think we're not going to have a problem with them overheating, because the air brakes overheated almost instantly. These things, I think, are a lot more robust, even though they still act as air brakes. Fuel. We still have over 3,000 oxygen. I think I'll just keep burning until we're under like 1,500 oxygen, or we start looking like I need to throw that throttle up because we're going to get out of control. We shall see. I'm watching this thing diligently. 90K. Approximately where are we going to come down? Somewhere far off over the horizon. Somewhere over the horizon, we blow up. I'm gonna smoke. This fucking dab pin sucks. But I keep trying. Alrighty. 2,000 fuel, about a third of it's gone. We've got about 700 meters per second of deceleration out of it so far, which isn't bad. But we're not as low as I'd like to be. I think what I'll do is cut it off again. Hey, we are decelerating. Our grid fins actively are working right now. Good. Until we start having heat problems or this thing starts to get out of control, I'll just let this do its own thing. Yeah, things are getting hot. I bet I'll end up with the engine overheating before I have those grid fins overheating. That speed's coming down quick now. Oh, but look at that engine and the fuel tank. They're starting to glow red. We also don't want that decoupler to blow up. If that decoupler blows up, that sucks. Yeah, I think I'm going to kick the engine back on in just a second. We're at 75. We still have plenty of fuel. Maybe I'll wait until 70. I'm sketched out because I don't remember when this thing becomes unstable. Nope. If I start seeing heat, let's just start burning. Nothing is crazy overheating yet. We still have plenty of fuel. Ah, our grid fins are overheating. Nope, we're out of fuel. This is gonna be sketchy as fuck. I'll be amazed if this thing will survive. Welcome back, Shu. No shit. I've been saying for the past 5 minutes I'm going too fast. I was trying to figure out how to manage the speed with the small amount of fuel we have left. Theoretically, this engine is supposed to be only for deceleration, and we used like 2/3 of the fuel to get us into orbit, so we have a serious problem right now. Actually, can I... That thing should weigh less than me and have less drag, so if I let go, it should take off from us, right? It did not. That's cool. It theoretically should have, because it has the same surface area of us if we were normal, but... Please get rid of it. Toss it. Woo! Thank you. Just let it do its thing. I'll be amazed if this thing survives. It's trying to pull it into that retrograde still. They're on a roller coaster ride tonight. Somehow it's actually working, so I'm fine. I took another hit from this stupid pin. Like, I'm gonna be hitting this pin like every 2 minutes. Not that it works. Woo! Rodeo! Ride 'em, cowboy! I'm really surprised it's keeping up. Like, how is it able to maintain with that violent of shaking? But hey, if it works, right? This is why we need to change this rocket just a hair. Just a little bit of a hair. Now comes the crazy roll, because it's trying to flip it around. I need to de-able, good job. Disable roll. Looks like a bird's wing that is on fire. Flap, flap, flap. Hello, Stevie-O. I don't know how these people are still alive. But hey, it survived. Somehow. I'm pulling off these grid fins for a second. Until we get to a low enough speed that it'll actually flip us around. No, it did that stupid roll thing again. I need to disable roll. It makes sense, but at the same time, I'm surprised it's not killing Kerbals with how fast it's rolling. Am I going to continue with the Falcon? Probably not, Shu, and for the sheer reason that I just bought $700 in real parts so that I can start doing Kerbal Space Program in real life. And we're probably going to change the whole Falcon recreation stream into Kerbal Space Program in real life, and I'm going to have some legit fun with it. Okay, stop it. Stop the roll. Hashtag stop the roll. Why are you still rolling? Even when you're in prograde. What the fuck? That makes no sense. Do I have to manually deactivate all the roll on? No. So dumb. Makes no sense at all. It's like, oh, I'm in the right position? Okay, let's just mass roll it. Okay, I think they're glitched. I think they got to the deploy thing again. I think I have deploy set up as 3 or 4. Nope, and I can't. They're glitched out again. Fuck that stupid shit. Hashtag stop the roll, indeed. Stop the fucking roll. Huzzah! Even without air brakes, we did it. You don't get it? What do you mean you don't get it? What's not to get? The roll thing or the... I'm confused now. Slow enough descent speed. Let's just quickly go on down. Seriously, the friggin' frame rate today is terrible in Kerbal Space Program. I don't understand why. I didn't change anything. It's just magically glitching today. $400, $300. Like in real life, like I'm gonna be making rockets in real life using VTOL engines, use like Arduinos, GSM boards. Like I'm gonna be doing real rocketry in real life. I can't put it any other way. Like that's sploosh. Recover. Ta-da! We made it! Last night I bought a 3D printer, I bought Arduinos, I bought GSM boards, GPS boards, servo controllers, motors, sensors, fuck. More things than I can physically remember right now, and they'll all be here within the next 3 to 4 days. Bam! We made 700 science off that, not too shabby. Let's unlock those new fuel tanks. And I think we're going to work on a tourist craft version 3.0. See if we can get this thing to work properly. Performance fuel says that's it. Buy $2 million for those parts. Wow. Fuck. So we're gonna need to start making some money again, just saying. Let me take this administration building. Let's take this and reduce it to 50%. Because we're still getting an absurd amount of science, but we'll get some money back from it rather than that. Okay, good. If it's going to start costing us $2 million every time we upgrade a tier, we're going to quickly run out of money. For real life, you're going to recreate real life Falcon Heavy in real life. Good luck with 3.7? No. Yeah, I'm going to make a 160-foot tall Falcon Heavy. No, I'm going to make scale versions of them. I'm going to make something that's probably about 8 to 11 inches in diameter rather than an absurd amount in diameter. About 5 to 10 feet tall rather than an insane amount. It's going to be using plastic rather than metal on the vast majority of it. I've put more thought in this than you can physically talk about right now. I'm not going to be able to use liquid fuels because that costs way too much. I'm not going to be able to use solid fuels due to heat issues. I'm going to have to use vertical takeoff and landing jet engines to use for my side boosters. I'm going to start small and work my way up, and we're going to recreate the Grasshopper using basically a VTOL engine and see if that's possible. If it's not, then I'll start working with different types of engines until I can find one that does work, that works in atmosphere without liquid fuel engines. And if I can't do that, then I'll eventually invest the $2,000 to $3,000 into getting a refrigerant so that I can do that. Oh, real scale and KSP. What are you talking about? I'm so confused. Real's like 5 to 10. I don't think. I think your brain's breaking on here. I should have explained a lot more. But at the same time, if somebody was going to say they're going to start making rockets, you don't expect me to become a SpaceX person. You expect me to be a model rocket person. At least that's my logical jump in thought process. Maybe that's just me. So basically career mode. What? I'm done. I'm not even gonna keep trying this. I'm face planting right now. I have the 30-second delay. I assume is doing it. I don't think it's either me or you. I think it's the 30-second delay. I'm breaking. Yeah, I bought a 3D printer and over $700 worth of parts for career mode KSP. That doesn't make much sense. Let's see here. Didn't I just buy? No, we need tourism. I knew there was something. That's why I didn't go back to the vehicle assembly building. I kept getting distracted, but I knew there was something else I had to do. Let's grab more tourism contracts. I think that 30-second delay is gonna just make me beat my head against the table trying to explain this to you guys. And gals, I should say. Take all of these. More tourists. This is actually a lot. I didn't count them up, but this seems like it's more contracts than I normally have. Oh yeah, we still need to do the spacewalk thing. I keep forgetting about that. We need to do spacewalk or the spacewalk, and then we have to test the Rotite engine. Really, can I just? It's gonna hurt. It gives me 120 grand for completion. I really shouldn't. I should just build a stupid rocket to test that on. Leave facility. So you're basically recreating SpaceX, starting small like career mode, and start small then big. Kind of. I'm gonna start even the big quote-unquote things are only gonna be like 5 to 10 feet tall. Like, I'm never gonna go multi-ton 160-foot tall things. I'm not a billionaire, but I can spend $500 to $1,000 a month on stuff like that. Join the YouTube. Wow. You, sir, are fucking pathetic. You are sadly mistaken if you think you're going to be advertising on this channel. What the hell? My channel is way too small for that. Join the revolution on stop being a fucking cunt. Sorry. People that do that drive me crazy. It's like, oh, join my channel because other people are watching your channel. No. Took another hit from the dab pin, though it's not going to help. Alright, let's redesign this shit, because it's not great. I have a feeling we can make it cheaper with liquid fuel engines. I just don't know how yet. We got our bigger fuel tanks, but we didn't buy bigger engines. So unless there's something that we already have that's bigger, that's cool. Can YouTube get rid of the black mark on my screen now? Okay, that's cool. I guess you guys are just gonna see this black mark on the chat from now on because, yeah. I banned somebody and now YouTube won't get that message to go away. Interesting. Somebody fucking sucks at programming. Let's see here. I could either keep this rocket and use the Cal 9000 that I have over here, and we could actually program it to work properly so that look at our nose cones, they're not even the right size. We could program it to work normally, but I don't see how that would work. Seen that guy a few times, mostly says random stuff, but yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna be spamming, first off in all caps, but then spamming an advertisement in my chat, it's just stupid. You should add separators, boosters. Oh, separators on the boosters to get them further away from me. Yeah, see, that would make it work. This rocket, that's why I'm kind of stuck, because this rocket does work. It just, you have to launch it right, and you have to do the gravity turn, which I was scared of doing because I thought it'd blow us up. Oh, that guy, him or her, indeed. Yeah. To be honest, if you show that you're that much of an idiot where you're gonna come and start advertising on other people's streams and stuff, I don't really care what your gender. Like, you're an idiot. You're a moron. I don't need to worry about offending you at that point. I don't think you need to worry about it either, Stevio. You're pretty much good, man. 3.2, should I go for 3.2 or 3.05? I guess the 05 would be way less, and if it still looks fine, then I'll just go for the 05. Works for me. Alright. I'm damn tempted to use the Cal system and have this thing just start automatically running, but... Oh! Yeah, before I forget. Fuck the roll. That is obnoxious. I'm sure it's still gonna do it, but hey, at least I tried. Rebel scum, indeed! Hello, Fun Bun. You know what? Oh my god, I have to find this. I had this video the other day that was so fucking hilarious. And it was, let me see if I can find it in my history. Or maybe I can just search for it. Oh, come on, please. It was so good. Fun Bun, I wanted to share it with you. Please. Yes. Okay, let me copy this link. I assume you guys are gonna hear it and be like, wait, what? Okay, Fun Bun, I know I shouldn't do this, but please, for the love of God, man, if you watch that, it's gonna make you laugh so hard. Alright, back to the stream. I apologize, but Fun Bun made me remember that, and it was too good. Anyone else that wants to watch it, please do. It'll give you a nice laugh. But it's really for Star Wars fans. Taking another hit from the dab pin. Alright, well, we have the roll disabled. We have that stuff. Let me try one more launch. Let's fill it up. Let me try one more launch, this time doing the normal gravity turn, and see if it works. If it does, without us blowing up, then I guess what we'll do is work on the Cal system tonight. I didn't really want to. Yeah, shit. In real life, this rocket may be more powerful than Falcon Heavy. Yeah, I would think so, considering it's hoisting 650 tons. No, 6,500 tons into orbit. Wow, factor 10 off there. I think we're good. Sweet. Let's see if this ridiculousness works. I'm so sketched out. I just don't like this rocket, but it's fine. I saw that the other day and I was like, that was just too perfect. And I knew it was something I had to save for you, Funbun, because it's just too good. It's like, huh, music really does matter. Oh, the Kraken's gonna kill us. Well, that's cool. Let me revert that. Anyone up for some bouncy ball? You want to play it with a 6,000-ton rocket? God damn it, Kraken, you fucking bitch. I like even waited that time. I was like, no, it's good. Okay, it's good. And then I started tapping on things and it jumped off the launch pad. Fucking Kraken. Is he gonna do it again? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Okay, good. 3, 2, 1. Have to put all of our lights on. There we go. 3, 2, 1, go. We really do need better engines, but it's fine. I'll work on that eventually. Technically, that's what we're working on today, is getting science and money and unlocking shit. It'd be nice to get our experimental engines unlocked, so that we can start having some really big crafts come off the ground. Efficiently. All good so far. We'll do a gravity turn like normal. And see if it works. Like I'll do my 10,000, 60,000, 45 degree, though I don't know how good I'll be at it. I'll try to do that, and then we'll see if this thing separates properly and if we actually get into orbit. $4,000, 5,000. It'd be legit if we could program this thing to work itself. I really would like that. Like if it got it all the way into orbit and then it started to RCS itself out of orbit and did everything, it would be really, really cool. That would be fun to mess around with in Kerbal OS, but I think I'm done messing around with Falcon 9 and Grasshopper and stuff in Kerbal OS just because how fucking buggy it is. There's so many little programming glitches that I don't like, and that's kind of why I'm starting to do this stuff in real life now. That's why I bought all those parts, is because if something in real life fucks up, it's because I fucked it up. Like I'm an idiot and I didn't do something correctly. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I'm gonna end up being frustrated myself a lot with this Kerbal Space Program in real life ordeal, but at the same time, I'll probably have a lot more fun with it than beating my head against the table trying to recreate a Falcon 9 in Kerbal Space Program. Not that I'd ever... Oh, and I should have mentioned this way... Yeah, shoo, this might have been something that was kind of being a glaring thing that you were calling me out for. I'm not gonna ever try to get anything into orbit. That's not possible. I have a budget of $500 to $1,000 a month. There's no way in hell I'm gonna get something into orbit with that. However, if you have a $50 camera and a fucking weather balloon, you can get that into space pretty easy and get images. That's not a problem. It's trying to then design something that gets up into close to space that doesn't just have a giant fucking helium balloon attached to it. I got a little too far off. I angled over too quick, but that's fine. We'll get more horizontal speed. Is the apoapse even close? It is already in orbit. Shit. Get away from him. Get away from him. Oh, that's sketchy shit right there. Whew. Alright, let's keep this going. Burn, baby, burn, as fast as you possibly can, even though it's not really fast right now. Theoretically, this should be a lot easier to get into orbit, just because I have a lot more horizontal speed at the beginning, but who knows? That may be accurate, that may be inaccurate. Gravity turns are what you need, but I was just scared to do them, because all those boosters that we have to separate from, we don't have separatrons on them, and I really do need to get some form of like a separation engine that boosts them away from us, because they're just too big and they do too much freaking damage if they hit us. Keep on burning, keep on burning. You like the real plume? I do too. It makes it look a lot cooler. But to keep talking about this Kerbal space program shit in real life, just because it's the only thing that's on my mind, we'll start off small. And by small, I mean probably like a 5-foot grasshopper rocket. I'm gonna be trying to make it run off of a electrically driven turbine, which at first is gonna be a terrible idea. I just want to see what will happen, see if it's even possible to have an electrically driven VTOL turbine run a grasshopper, or a grasshopper look-alike. If it works, that'd be cool, but I'm expecting it to 100% fail, and I'm going to build the whole thing. I'm basically going to make a 5-foot model of the grasshopper, but the inside of it is going to be a removable core that I can replace with whatever center that I want, not only for being able to replace it, but also be able to repair and change shit, because I need to be able to access all the electronics and everything else. So I'm basically going to make a giant rocket sleeve that looks like the grasshopper, that on a 5-foot scale, and then shove things inside it until it flies. When is that coming out? Next week. I'll be starting it next week. I get the 3D printer tomorrow, along with like 20 pounds in plastic. I get a bunch of the Arduino stuff, the sensors, and then more of the Arduino stuff arrives over the weekend. My RC motors and all of that arrives on Tuesday, so I should have at least some form of, like, episode or something up by Wednesday to Friday, maybe? Granted, the first one's not going to be good, just clarify. It's going to be a very long, drawn-out stream. I'm going to do one a week, but they're going to end up being fucking awesome. If I can make any form of legit rocket that works, I'm going to have fun. Because I have had experience with microcontrollers before. I've only worked briefly with Arduinos. I did some Switch stuff and basically IT only stuff with Arduinos, and that's not great. I did a lot more microcontroller stuff with basic stamp boards, which are completely different and have a completely different program, and I'm gonna have to figure out how the hell I get that working. Who knows? We'll see. And you might think I'm crazy right now, but I'm just gonna let us start descending. Honestly, I don't really care. We're too high in the atmosphere and it's kind of scaring me. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Huh, ooh. Feel like there needs to be sounds to each one of those emojis. I'm gonna have fun with it. Worst case scenario, it ends up being an amazing hobby. I have a new 3D printer and a bunch of Arduino stuff. I mean, that's it's all good. I'll keep it about this angle so that our vertical speed doesn't start to drop too fast. And then once we start getting our fuel back, it'll bring it back up. You can't wait? Well, cool. Me neither. I'm really looking forward to it. I was hopefully gonna get a 5 meter, or not a 5 meter, good lord, 15 feet by 15 feet by 15, that'd be great. I was gonna try to get a 1/2 meter 3D printer because I wanted to go about a foot in diameter for the rocket, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. All of those were really expensive. The cheapest one I could find was about $1,100, and I didn't want to spend $1,100 last night. So instead, I got a 300 millimeter by 300 millimeter by 450 millimeter, and I'll just force that thing to work. It means the highest diameter rocket we can probably go is about 8 inches, but that's still big. Like, I've worked with model rockets before, and all the model rockets I have are like 2 inches, 4 inches in diameter. If we have an 8-inch in diameter rocket that's like 5 feet tall, holy fuck. It's gonna be fun. I'm just gonna keep us at this angle because we are descending, but slowly but surely that vertical speed's gonna start coming back up. Am I doing this in my yard? Stevio, I'm glad you brought that up. There are going to be some serious problems with me doing that in my yard. I'll probably do the first few test flights in my yard because they'll be like 10 feet off the ground, 20 feet off the ground, maybe a couple 100 feet off the ground. Once we start going into thousands of feet in the air, I'm going to have to go to an RC field, or I'm going to have to go to a place with a registered license to launch this thing, which I'm going to have to look into. I'm going to have to get the cost for it and everything else. Probably not going to put Stone Gamers on the license. I'll probably use my real name, mainly because it's Texas. But we'll see. I know for the small stuff, like the original Grasshopper that I'm going to try, we'll be able to do that in my yard. And I have an acre yard, so we're good. What time would it start? If it's a stream, it'll be at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If it's going to be an episode, I can't tell you. It'll be just during the day. I think I'll have a few, I'll mix it up. I think I'm going to go for episodes for things that I can't really show you, but if I'm like 3D modeling one night, we'll do a stream for that. If I'm programming one night and I have like a webcam pointed at like the 3D printer and I'm programming and talking to you all, like that seems like it'd work. But we'll figure it out. Oh, I thought you said 500, and I was like, 500 what? Oh, vertical speed's going up too fast. My bad, wasn't paying attention. Actually, we have really good speed this time around. It's not perfect, and I think it's not perfect because I just fucked it up. Literally right there, and I fucked it up. It was the... got too much vertical speed again. Weird. That's cool. Everyone happy with their suborbital flight so far? They are. You almost ready for your orbit? We should be there pretty soon. Gonna take another hit off my dab pin. Hold on. Any moment now, we should be getting orbit. I was hoping. Bring that vertical speed down. The closer your vertical speed is to 0, the closer you are to your apoapse. So I'm trying to bring that vertical speed down so that we have more of an effect on our There we go, on our orbit as a whole. Everyone happy with this, or? Nope, not yet. Orbit around Earth. So apparently we're not quite there yet. Come on. What the fuck? There it is. That's the orbit. We're waiting on it. Let's put this thing into retrograde again. We still have about the same amount of fuel as last time, right? Actually, we have more. That's cool. We have... fuck. Almost double. I'll take it. No matter what, it's still going to be a success. Because last time, if we could bring the last one down, I think we can bring this down. What mods do I use for a SpaceX rocket? For SpaceX rockets, I use Space Y heavy lifters, Kerbal reusability something. You can check the description. There's all the mods in the description. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing out of orbit now. Holy fuck, that's too high. Alright, RCS. Now that was a good hit from that dab pin. That was strange. It's like as it gets lower, it gets more potent. I'm cool with that. Like that felt like somebody popped me in the back of the head. That was a damn good hit. All bueno there, I don't need to worry about that. Once again, we're trying to bring that down. This takes forever, if I'm being blunt, but it's all good. We only need the periapse down to 65. It doesn't really matter what our apoapse is, though the higher it is, the worse. Because we're going to come in with a higher speed. We have more time to accelerate. Slowly but surely. At least we don't have to wait here for 28 minutes. That would suck. Keep on going. Yeah, I almost did the Kerbal Space Program in real life stream today. I almost started it. I was going to start doing the 3D modeling today, but I didn't have time to get the scene set up and everything else. I say I didn't have time. I definitely had time, I just didn't do it. I should be a lot more honest. I was late to eat lunch today. I only ate lunch about an hour ago. And then my neighbor showed up and talked to me for like 20 minutes. I did definitely have time to do it earlier in the day, but yeah. I normally don't mess with the stream stuff until about an hour before I start streaming. I try not to think about it too much, unless I'm doing the Space Y or the SpaceX recreation shit, because that I'd have to program for a couple hours to get back into the hang of it, and it's a pain in the ass. Dang it! Dang it indeed. Though we might have enough fuel this time to land in Australia. I don't know what it is about me and Australia. Australia and fucking Greenland. It's funny, because those two places I actually would really enjoy to visit in real life, but nope. Don't know why they keep popping up. It's just my brain. Almost, as that apoapse gets closer to us, that periapse will come down a lot faster. And that's what I'm waiting on. We just need that periapse to be down to around 60, 65, 60. Good enough. But yeah, Stevio, you mentioned that, am I going to do it in my backyard? I'm going to have some serious problems with flying over certain altitudes, because I'd have people that come knocking on my door going, what the fuck are you doing? I also might have issues with people finding out where I live if I start putting cameras on these rockets and they shoot themselves up in the air a couple hundred feet and you basically have a Google Earth image of my house that you just have to match. That I might not want to do. So I'm looking into it. I'll see if maybe I have a RC field that's within like 50 miles of me or something to go to, but I don't know. For all the small stuff, I'll probably just do it at my house. Like anything that's under like 20 feet or so off the ground, I'll probably do it next to my house, because no one's going to be able to... I say no one. Only the most skilled individuals would be able to figure out where my house is from that. I say, yeah, I mean, hell, Primordialism could figure out where my house is. All he would have to do is go back to the Minecraft streams, figure out... Or not my house is, but figure out what my name is and everything. However, give my name. So it'd be pretty damn easy to find my first and last name if some person really wanted to sniff it up. Any IT professional, that is. And that was just my bad. That's 100% me. I knew that was going to happen as I was making the Minecraft server and setting up domain names and everything else. You have to register domains. And I'm not one that was going to falsify the information for the domain, because it's not like I'm gonna get fucking pegged for smoking weed. They're not gonna the NSA is not gonna come and smack a weed smoker. That's not a big thing. It's, oh no, he bought 420.com, let's go get him. Yeah, they don't do that shit. 50 miles you could go to a park. I don't know if I would want to go to a park, because that's, once again, it's getting into that issue. If I go to a local park, people would know what town I live in. That's where that 50 miles comes in, is I'd probably find a local airfield, because I know there are RC airfields near me, but they are about 50 miles away in pretty much every direction. So if I chose to go to one of those, it would be far enough from my house that I wouldn't be freaking out. People in general know I live in North Texas, so I mean, if you find a RC park in North Texas, I might be there in the next few months. Like, it's about that hard to figure out. But if I just went like, yeah, I'm at this park, it's like, oh, hey, that's a park in this town, in this... It's like, ah, shit. But yes, it's true, I could go to a park. But once again, shoot, that gets into the issue, is I could go to the park for low altitude stuff, but if I started going to, let's say, over 1,000 feet in the air, if it's low fly zones or anything at all, I could be pegged, and I have to make sure that I have the ability to fly this thing without having a problem. And I should stop talking my ass off about this random crap. Why are those things heating up? Weird. Oh, hold on. Solar panels. We need to get our power back. Not that it really matters, but... as they unfurl slowly. All of our power back, and... slowly but surely. God, look at that speed. I'll just time accelerate till we hit the atmosphere. Good enough. Bring those solar panels in so they don't rip off. Turn my head sideways to make the craft look normal. All good. Might as well put the grid fins out and make sure I don't have to fix the deploy issue or anything. Nope, they look good. Don't I have a deploy key? Yes, I have 4 set up as the deploy key. Okay. I thought I did, I just wasn't certain. Oh, it's settled. Oh, it's already settled. Good. You just want to go down under. But trust me, Stevie-O, I've been thinking about that stuff. Like, it's definitely there. if these rockets start to work, like I was planning on putting a 360 camera on the top, if possible, and then basically so that you could watch the video from the 360 standpoint and literally be like if you were standing on top of a rocket going into space. That would be legit. I don't think I've ever seen a video like that before. I'm also going to start pegging cameras on the sides and everything else, so we'll see. We'll see how this all looks. But I knew immediately that if I started putting cameras on these things and I was launching it in my yard, I need to be careful because street names, addresses, like all that stuff. My face is not that big of a deal, if I'm being perfectly frank. If people see my face, it's like, well, I try not to have my face all over the internet, and I'm definitely not smoking in the internet yet, but if you can put 2 to 2 together. Time accelerate just a hair because we are going kind of slow. Actually, we're going really damn fast. We're going at 7,800 meters per second, but it's taking a while for us to get under 100K. I don't want to start burning until we're under it. Slowly but surely. But I'll work up. I'll start with a, basically just chunk a jet engine inside a turbine, I should say, not a jet engine. A turbine that's driven by an electric motor inside a shell of the grasshopper. We'll see what the hell that does, see if we can even get it to fly, see if it has any thrust at all. If we can't, we'll start adding compression to it, either through heat or not through combustion, but through heat or through some form of compressed gas that we preheat before we shove it into the turbine. I've thought about it a lot. I just don't know exactly how we're going to do it. We only need about 5 to 10 minutes of flight time, so having a really powerful motor and a few battery packs on there is actually pretty reasonable. It's not going to be that hard. It's just, will it work? Will we have to go create some crazy new contraption for RCs, like RC rockets, or will we just basically put a giant fan on it? Who knows? Yeah, my face isn't a big deal. You might show it anyway on one day. Yep. That's what I was thinking. It's not that big a deal. My face is just, it's shit. Alright, let's see. We're under 90. I should probably kick on just the smallest measure of fuel. And the reason I'm doing that is because we started to angle a little bit and I didn't like it. Soon we're going to come out of orbit. There we go. The drastic camera change. Now, how much fuel do we have? A lot. So let's just keep burning until we start having some heat buildup. I'll keep it at this like 5 to 10%. This should be a lot better of a landing. That's a strange idea. You like it. Put an EDF on a rocket with a nice big battery and launch it. You could launch it as many times as you like. Pretty much. That's what I was going to try, Timber. We're going to start small and work up. I'm going to try to basically make the stoned hopper a grasshopper knockoff that uses a turbine. And you bet on an electric fan within 10 minutes of that thrust would go really hot. That's what I was thinking. And it's not supposed to go into space. I was going to use those for my grasshopper and maybe use them as the quote-unquote Falcon Heavy knockoff that I was thinking of eventually leading this to. Like if we had side boosters that are VTOL engines that get it up to 30,000 feet in the air, that's not bad. And then we kick on our center stage, which would probably be a solid fuel, because you can get small solid fuel rockets that I'd be able to thrust vector and hopefully keep cool enough within a plastic rocket. We'll see. I can use aluminum shells and everything. I can figure it out with insulation. I know my thought process, but it's just back and forth. I don't know how we're going to get to space, but I know how we're going to do the grasshopper. And if we can get the grasshopper work, like if we can get that to work with all the Arduinos, the GPS modules, the GSM modules, the data logging, the thrust vectoring, all of that stuff, if we can get over that big of a speed bump, I think I can work my way around getting this thing to get up to quote-unquote space. We're never going to orbit, like I said. We're only going to try to do what like 1,000 people in the world have done with GoPros and fucking ice boxes and weather balloons. Everyone has done that. I mean, everyone and their mother has seen the weather balloon with some string attached to a little styrofoam ice cooler that has some GoPros and Arduino in it. That's easy. What's not easy is having a rocket that literally flies itself up there, not floats itself up there. It's gonna be fun. I am really stoked. Like, I am so excited. We bought so much stuff last night, and it's gonna be interesting. Now, I won't be able to buy more components besides, like, little things like nuts, bolts, connecting rods, batteries, like, little things I can buy, but I'm not gonna be able to drop another 500 to 1,000 bucks for maybe another month or two. But 700 bucks should get us pretty damn far. If we only do one stream a week of Kerbal Space Program in real life, either a stream or an episode, then I should be able to keep my budget good and to keep it entertaining. We shall see. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. It's going to be crazy. Alright, we're under 70, or under 80,000. Once we get under 70, I'll kick this engine up to full blast. We're already slower than we were last time. So these things are already working. It'd be nice if I could get this thing just programmed to do it all automatically. But then at the same time, I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk to you guys about all this stuff without it being completely uninteresting, because it'd be literally me just watching the rocket with you talking. So it's going to have a real fuel with tiny engine. You'll throttle rocket so it'd hover. Yes, kind of. Real fuel is where the question mark comes from. If you're talking about my Grasshopper, it's going to hover from a VTOL engine. It's not going to have real fuel. It's going to have an electrically driven turbine, which isn't even classified as a jet engine. You can't call that a jet engine because there's no form of fuel to it. There's no combustion, there's no compression, that's just not a jet engine, that's a turbine. We're going to have an electrically driven turbine that might get us off the ground. If that doesn't, then what I was thinking about using is a piezoelectric thermistor? I can't remember what it's called. It's basically a little plate that gets hot on one side, cold on the other. We'll take the cold side, put it into a water cooling system so that we can cool our motor and we can cool our Arduino stuff. This thing is already got out of engine, or out of fuel, that's cool. We'll put it in a water cooling system so that it can cool our Arduino, our motherboards, all of that stuff. And then we'll take the hot side of it and use that to preheat a compressed gas, because if you inject compressed gas into a jet engine, it's going to make it less efficient because you condense the air inside it. We need to expand that air, so what we're going to do is take a liquid, probably like liquid nitrogen, anything like that that can quickly go into a gas. We drip it into a heater core, heat up that gas to turn it into a gas again, or liquid to turn it into a gas again, inject that into our engine, and that would be a cold jet engine that would run. So I do have the abilities to do this stuff. I have the thought, I have everything like that. I just don't know how long it's going to take and how much effort it's going to take. So it's going to be a step-by-step. I'm not going to just immediately say, we'll have a Grasshopper by next week. That's not going to happen. I had to smack the spacebar to detach that, but it's all good. Schedule is subject to change depending on popularity. Maybe. No. Honestly, I can't. If it makes my channel explode, like even if I have 1 million people watching this series, I can't make it faster. Like, I'm not going to get paid. YouTube's not paying me. My channel is demonetized at this point, 100%. Like, even if I got 1 million views on one of my videos, I wouldn't get paid for that video. So, I have a feeling I'm going to just stick with my schedule. If I stick with my schedule that I have, speaking of good design, Timber, this Kerbal Space Program design is terrible. At least it comes down. If we can keep that schedule about 1 episode a week, then I'll be able to maintain my budget. And the budget is what's dictating it, because I can't spend $500 every week to make new rockets. That's not possible. I can spend maybe $500 to $1,000 every month, not every week. So it's gonna get sketchy. The only reason I was able to buy all that shit that I did last night is because I had a seller fuck me around on Amazon, and finally Amazon realized that the guy was really screwing me over, and they gave me a full refund. But half of what I bought was with a gift card, and the gift card they gave me back, but I was no longer gonna buy a $1,500 server with that gift card, so I ended up just having an $800 gift card on Amazon that I wasn't gonna do anything with. I thought that money was already gone. Like, I had already long since accepted the fact that I was only gonna get a partial refund, and then Amazon just spontaneously went, oh, hey, here's the rest of your money. So that $800 is what bought the 3D printer, all the Arduino stuff, all the sensors, all of that crap. Now I don't have any money to spend except for like 20 bucks. Don't forget Patreon. Oh, oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. Oh, I don't want to do Patreon. Fuck Patreon. No offense, but no. I am not a money grabber. If this, like, the reason I spent that $700 is because I thought, worst case scenario, even if this doesn't get off the ground, I have a 3D printer again, and I'm happy about it. Yeah. I can't do that. I physically can't. I feel like I would be such a fucking ripoff going, hey guys, pay me to make videos. Fuck, no. But that's where the schedule thing will help, because if YouTube eventually pulls their head out of their ass, or if I get over 1,000 subscribers and I can start getting monetized again, if this takes off, like people are watching my Kerbal space program in real life thing, then I'll start getting paid for that. And at that point, I feel like it's worth it, because I feel like I worked for the money, if that makes sense. Because I'm getting paid on ad revenue based on how many views are on the video. But not on Twitch or Patreon. I can't. 3D printing, too bad you're not closer. You could make me parts too. Well, thank you. I don't know how big of parts you're expecting me to make, Timber. You weren't here while I was talking about this earlier. Timber, we're gonna create rockets that are like 5 to 10 feet tall. Like, I'm not going small scale here. I'm going, well, it's still small scale compared to real rockets, but they're big. I'm gonna have some fun with it. The only money you think he would accept is Super Chat? Yeah, and then even with Super Chat, like if somebody paid me $100, $200 to say something, I would break. Like I was mentioning that last night, I think, where if somebody just spontaneously gave me a lot of money if I was on Twitch, I feel like I wouldn't deserve it. Like it'd be a major conundrum for me, because I wouldn't like that money. Like I would feel like I didn't deserve that money and that I shouldn't have that money. But I also feel like refunding it would be a bad thing on multiple levels. Not only because it might offend the person who gave me the money because they think I might be worth it, which I don't think I am, but they might think I'm worth it, and if I refuse it, that might be basically like an insult. On the second one, a little bit bigger there is if I set that standard where like every time somebody gives me $100, $200 or some ridiculous amount of money and I refunded it, then people would non-stop give me that type of money thinking that it would get refunded, and that could compound into a problem on its own. So I don't know. Oh man, your 3D printer can print up to 14.5 and 11 inches diameter. That's exactly what I wanted to get, Timber. But unfortunately, I had to stick with Amazon-only printers, so I had to go with a little bit smaller. I think I'm going to end up with about 11 inches in diameter for my rockets. Or not 11 inches, about 8 inches in diameter. 11 is what I wanted, but I think I'll go for about 8, which is still an absurd amount. Like, that is so much larger than any model rocket or anything that I've ever flown before, so I'm going to have fun with it. You're just excited about rockets. You're good. You're good. I'm excited too. I've been talking Primordialism's ear off for the past 2 days about it. I'm really, really excited about this. Worst case scenario, it ends up being an amazing hobby. I get to learn more with Arduinos. I get to learn more with a lot of microprocessor stuff in general. I get more electrical engineering experience because I'm gonna have to do all the wiring with the resistors and everything. Like, I don't even start labeling components. There's too many components. I'm gonna have to manually solder and wire and create all of those circuits, and that's gonna be another level of it. Like, I'm gonna have so many different things that I have to branch out and remaster. They're things that I've done before, but I haven't done for so long, it's gonna take me a while. That's not bad, still really big. Good luck on powering the fan. Indeed. That's gonna require some 1/8 or 1/5 scale motors and ESCs. Yep, I know. I've looked. The one I've got right now, I've just as a test, because I don't know how much torque is gonna be required. I've got a, I think it's a 1/10 scale motor, but it's a high torque 60 amp motor. So theoretically, I'll be able to get those turbines to work just off an electrically driven motor. But if that doesn't work, like I said, we'll start working on the compressed gas heater cores and forcing it in with, like, actually turning it into a jet engine. Because we will have to work on a jet engine. If I'm being honest with myself, I can't do liquid fuel stuff unless I start making a stupid amount of money. Because liquid fuel... Here's a good example. Solid rocket boosters you can buy at Walmart for $10. You can go buy model rocket engines. You can even buy big solid rocket boosters up to like $150, like 90-pound thrust, crazy shit. Liquid fuel, you have to have either a supplier for liquid hydrogen, oxygen, propane, whatever the fuck you're using. You're gonna have to have a correct injection, like you have to be able to inject it properly. You have to pre-chill your engines. You have to have your engine made out of a metal that works. You have to have the right nose cone. You have to... Liquid fuel would turn this project from a couple $100 into thousands of dollars, and I can't do that. Indeed, liquid fuel stuff isn't illegal, but it is extremely dangerous. So, we might look at it once I get to the, like, 3 months in the future, once we've accomplished the grasshopper, if we can accomplish the grasshopper, and all of that stuff, we might look into it. But that's far off. That's stuff that I'm not stupid enough to think, oh, I'm gonna create a Merlin engine. I can't do that. That's, like... that too much money. I'm not a billionaire. I have about $500 limit every month, 500 to 1,000, depending on how crazy I turn into doing this. Grab some more stuff. Hey, we got some science and some money. Sweet, we're back up to $7 million. I'm still not going to the moon. I appreciate you thinking that I can. The moon is better than Mars. I don't know why they still think I can go to Mars sometimes, but hey. Detach? Or not detach. Can you tell that I'm thinking about rockets? I got a terrible hiccup that just will not come out. It's like stuck in my chest. It's almost like a burp that'd be stuck in your chest, but it's a hiccup. I know. I'm just I'm waiting for it. Once it hits, it's either so far I've never actually hiccuped into the microphone. I've tried so hard not to. Been an interesting 2 days talking about shit? Indeed. A guy did a thing like that with a fan and hovering. Just look up SpaceX RC hovering on YouTube. And there. Cool. How big was it? And was it just with a fan, or... Because I'm going to use a... Remember, this... I'm going to start with the grasshopper. The grasshopper only goes about 1,000 feet in the air. Whatever. 700 meters, I think, is the max, which is a lot more than 1,000 feet in the air. But still, it doesn't go that far. Remember, if these work, I'm going to hopefully use them with the Falcon Heavy cough cough knock. I need to find a different name for that, because if I call it the Falcon Heavy, people are going to have completely different expectations. It's going to look like a knockoff of the Falcon Heavy. It's not going to be anything like the Falcon Heavy. It's going to have VTOL engines as the side boosters if I can do it. And then the center core is probably going to have a solid rocket booster in it if I can do it. Yeah. His was about 8 feet tall or so. It had 2 electric fans, but later he only used 1. Interesting. We'll look at it. See, that gives me hope, though. If his only has one electric fan and it works, if I'm using a turbine, an electric turbine, that should get me the speed and the altitude that I need to get it high into the air. We'll see. Either way, I'm having fun with it. I'm not trying to copy anybody. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just having fun because I legitimately want to do this. I feel like it'd be a fun hobby. Rolling here, I've done 3D printing before. I've done Arduino stuff before. I've done all of this in little bits, but I've never attempted rocketry, and I've never attempted RC rocketry, which is basically what we're doing. The Falcon not heavy. That's a good that's good. Yeah, yours should get stupid high. Irony? Yep. I was thinking about calling the grasshopper the stoned hopper. And then having like the stone gamer's leaf painted on it and everything. Make it look like the grasshopper, but like, oh, that's not even the grasshopper image anymore. I apparently ripped the image off and put it to something else. That's weird. Why would I do that? Let me go back to the rockets. I know I have it somewhere. SpaceX, where are you at? Nope, that's Sky Factory. Good job. I can read. Rocket science, maybe? Grasshopper. This thingy. So, yeah, this is actually the unpainted version. Son of a bitch. I was trying to find the other image. I was like, what was I talking about? I was talking about the image on the side, and that doesn't have the image on the side. So, my brain broke. It's like, what was I talking about? It was about the thing, rocket science. Where the hell is this? It's in a different aspect ratio because the window's so small, and I can't read the right folder. KSP SpaceX, there it is. There we go. So instead of having SpaceX on the side of mine like that, I was thinking that I would have the stoned hopper and then like the weed leaf on top. I know it'd be dumb, but I'm definitely gonna paint the thing. Let's go run it over here. You'll post a picture of your box turtles later. Just got back from their tank. Wasn't fun when you realized that last month, literally, beetles have ended up mating in there. Oh, that's fun. Solid rocket booster is dangerous once lighted. Haha, 7 crew. Indeed. Indeed. Trust me, I know. Solid rocket boosters are indeed dangerous. My thought is that I would have a... some form of container. Probably not a good one, but some form of like sleeve that is a aluminum or possibly even sheet steel, just really thin sheet steel because it's a lot more potent than aluminum, and have that where you sleeve the rocket engine inside it. Hopefully, I mean, obviously, if it plugs up, it's a bomb one way or the other. But I'm hoping that it'd be able to sleeve in there to reduce heat. I can use fiberglass insulation. I can use a bunch of other things. I can even use water cooling if I want to. Even allow it to boil the water off if I want to. That's fine. I need to figure out a way of getting the last lot. Because let's think. If I use a VTOL engine, I know I'm just sitting here, but if I use a VTOL engine as my side boosters, absolute maximum, we're going to get to an altitude of like 85,000 feet. And 85,000 feet is only about, let's say 35k in meters, because like I said, I'm estimating here, we'll probably drift higher than 85,000, but let's just round it down to 30,000 meters. If we're going, well, 30,000 is actually higher, but round it up, it's whatever, same thing, 30,000 meters. We're still 110,000 meters away from space. So we kind of need a long-burning engine that will maintain our speed or just get our speed so ridiculously high that we can pop up over the apoapse, or pop our apoapse into space. I don't know. We're going to try. Space Hash? First person to send weed into space. You just watched something of that? Outlined all the issues that lead to failures of Challenger? Oh, of the explosion, yep. But as far as I'm aware, once you get over 85,000, just to clarify why we have to do this, after you get over 85,000, the atmosphere doesn't work for VTOL engines or any form of air intake engine. There's just not enough atmosphere. So we're not going to be able to use a turbofan to chunk us up to space. We could get maybe a quarter the way there, a fifth the way there, whatever the hell it is. Not going to get to space with that. We're going to have to figure out solid fuel or liquid fuel. And liquid fuel, I don't think I can do. I seriously don't think that's possible. Like, that is going to be thousands and thousands of dollars. It's like, maybe Cody's lab could do that because he's got refrigerators for liquid nitrogen and stuff. Like, if you have those level of refrigerators, you can pull oxygen and, like, let's use water, hydrolysis, turn it into hydrogen and oxygen. You then cool that down and put it in a canister. You now have liquid hydrogen and oxygen. That's rocket fuel. You can do it. I just don't have that stuff. So, yeah, maybe I'll go that way eventually. Like, if this stuff becomes super popular and I somehow make money off it, maybe. But generally speaking, no. We're going to be going for, you can try car fuel. Gasoline. Yeah, gasoline, I think I'd be better off with kerosene at that point than gasoline. Because I think it's more stable. As far as I'm aware, call me out on that one. Because I don't know, I'm ignorant. I think it's more stable because I haven't seen gasoline used that much, but I have seen kerosene used in, this is where I'm ignorant, in Kerbal Space Program. And the real fuels here are supposed to use real fuels, but pfft, you know that. I'm just, yeah, I'm at a loss. I don't know exactly what I want to use. And gasoline would only work if I still had liquid oxygen, because I have to have an oxidizer for a rocket engine. It's complex. Like, this shit is not gonna be easy, and I know that. That's what gives me hope to think that it's actually possible, because I'm not jumping in and going, I'm gonna build a rocket. I'm jumping in going, man, this is gonna be hard as fuck. And if that's my first thought, I might have a little bit of logic behind it. Let's see here. Should we just do another rocket launch, or should we try to program it this time around? I really want to program it, but you know what? I think instead what we'll do is just do one more launch tonight. Like I said, I was going to have a short stream tonight because I don't have any weed, and I've had fun just talking to you all about this stuff. The rubber rocket. I've been having fun just talking about all these ideas to you guys. And gals, I should keep saying. I normally just say and guys, because even in groups of guys and gals, no one cares, but apparently it's online, that matters. Fill it with tourists. Let's do one more launch. Let's just keep talking a little bit, have some fun, and then I'll call it early on the stream. It's been a good stream in my opinion. It's been more of a podcast than a stream, but hey, that works for me. Very few people are watching still, but yeah. I can't help that. I think Google, honestly, is just not sending me out anymore. Liquid nitrogen, you can get at 35 liters for $10, you think? For 108, not, wait, hold on. Yes, dollars. For some reason, that looked like a pound sign to my brain. I don't know why. Next to the 8, it was breaking my brain. $108? Oh, 35 liters. Okay, good. I was like, I know you can buy like a bottle of liquid nitrogen cheaper than a bottle of water, because my science teacher used to do it. Am I going to have a problem smoking outside? No. Are you talking like, am I gonna be smoking? I probably won't be smoking outside. Like, the only time you would ever see outside is in an episode. Like, if I launch all of the episodes, I should launch this, speaking of launch. All of the episodes that I produce will probably be launches. My launches, I don't think I'm gonna live stream, because that's where it gets into the, I might accidentally show my neighbor's house, or I might, like, really not even the house, it's just street names, like all random shit that I need to make sure that I can blur or edit and all of that crap while I'm still around my house. And if we're talking about smoking outside whenever I'm gonna launch the RC rocket once I eventually get it, I'll probably just have a dab pen or something, a good one, not this piece of shit. Speaking of, oh, ha! I beat you, Kraken, you cunt. I hit T and I hit space before it could stop. Looks like drones have an upper limit of 400 feet before you start getting into trouble, but not if you don't tell. See, that's what I was talking about, Timber. I don't think you were here. Stevio brought that up. I'm going to have issues with anything that's under, let's say, 500 feet. I was going to say 1,000, but anything that's under 500 feet near my house. And I'll probably end up going to RC flight parks, like the RC airstrips and stuff like that. And if I can't do that, what I'll have to look into, I'll probably have to look into this in general, because if I'm sending something to space, I'm probably going to need a license to do it. Like, I'm going to have to tell the FAA, I'm going to have to tell somebody that I'm sending something into the air. Otherwise, somebody is going to be knocking on my door, or at least come screaming around the corner in black vans and throw me inside it. So I don't want to do that. I'll probably end up going to an RC park that's within 50 miles of my house. Maybe a little further, because I know there are some that are within that range. There's not any that are closer, but I know that there's within that range, and that wouldn't be close enough to my house to freak me out. Yep, and we talked about flight patterns and the general limits. Primordialism's been helping me out a lot on this. I've been bouncing a lot of my ideas off of him. I don't sound like a total crazy person. I am crazy for doing this, but I'm not insane. I'm insane if I think it's going to be easy. That's insanity. Oh, fuck. Start my gravity turn. Almost completely forgot. Yep, indeed, Timber. That's what I was thinking. It's not that it's sad because Earth is free. It's they don't want you running your airplane into an actual airplane. They don't want your model rocket to go hit a 747 in the atmosphere, because that's going to freak some people out. It not only freaks some people out, it could potentially cause some serious issues. And that's why I have to maybe get a license, and I might have to go to special places to launch this. But that's fine with me. I mean, I live in fucking Texas. That's why SpaceX has a fucking launch base here. Their testing facility is in McGregor, Texas, because it's so big. If I have to, I'll just go way west Texas. I'll go out into the middle of fucking nowhere and send it up. But I will still have to tell the FAA. Oh shit, I'm probably in the Apple apps, right? I am indeed. Holy bejesus. This isn't gonna work. Oh, don't hit me, don't. Damn it. Well, it was just a nose cone. I'll take it. Sketchy, but it's just a nose cone. We're already in space, so let's just angle on out. Max this thrust. I don't know why my joystick wasn't maxed. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to run outside the greenhouse and close it up. The tortoise is still quite warm. His doghouse is at 80 degrees right now, but the greenhouse is down to 49 degrees, and I need to make sure it doesn't stay that cold. The heater is probably kicking on constantly at this point. And you go close it up. Yeah, where we're going, we don't need nose. It's not like any of those things are recoverable anyways. Imagine if I tried to recover each and every one of those stages. Good lord. You would have to do it with FMRS, because there's no way you could have all those stages descend properly together. Slowly but surely. Our Apple apps is actually really high, but I can't bring it down. Oh well, we'll just keep burning, see what happens. Well, considering this is probably the last flight of the stream, anyone have any random thoughts or ideas about the Kerbal Space Program in real life shit? I've been going like crazy about it. Like, I had so many thoughts. I was up until easily 2 or 3 in the morning last night, just staring at my ceiling, thinking about all these random things that I was gonna do. Like, no joke, I was thinking about decouplers on the Falcon Heavy Like the Falcon not heavy. I was thinking about decouplers on that thing last night, and I was like, I should probably go to bed. At this point, I don't even have the parts, and I'm planning on something that's like 3 months in the future. Maybe I should go to bed. Shit ton of parachutes, and they should deploy on stage. See, that's what I was thinking, Primordialism. We could do parachutes on those guys and just have them pre-stage out and then open at a certain altitude, but I think they would unload. It'd just be a bitch to use FMRS to manually land each and every one of them. Thoughts? No identifying marks on the rocket? Well, shit, I was gonna have the thing say Stoned Gamers on it. Or the Stoned Hopper. Man, we still don't have flying car Back to the Future. Yeah, we don't have flying cars. They lied to us. Then, again, think about it. We do have flying cars. We have, flying drone cars now. They actually have one that's commercially available. You can buy it. Though it's sketchy, because the way they got around it, like, you would have to have a pilot's license. And the way they got around that was they made it autonomous, where it would fly itself. Do you know how fucking sketchy that would be? I don't want to get into a drone that's the size of a car that you just hit a button and it starts flying itself. Granted, maybe like a few generations down the line, I'm not going to be that guy to test this thing now. I'm not going to be like, oh, why is it going sideways? What? I didn't tell it to go that direction. Why am I upside down? Yeah, see, we have several flying cars. I just, I don't know if I would ever trust them right now. If I'm being blunt. We're still going to be going down. That's fine. You've flown drones you wouldn't get into? Me neither. That's exactly how I feel on that one, Timber Bunny. I would never. Maybe once they have, like, narrow script AI, it's been taught, like, it has multiple generations of intelligence. Gee, why am I crashing? Indeed. I just, that would sketch me out too much. I can't do that. We're still descending, but that's fine. Drone, you are experiencing an accident. Sounds familiar. Sounds a lot like iRobot. I actually do like that movie. That is a great movie. And the book is even better, though the book has virtually nothing to do with the movie. The movie is based, I say based, is very, very loosely based off of just the rules that are in the beginning of the book. And maybe if you stretch it, one of the stories in the book. But yeah, it's not at all like what it's pretty damn good, though. How much fuel do we have? Still quite a lot. Let's get that vertical speed back up. Come on. Come on. There you go. Slowly but surely. You'll find your way back into the atmosphere. Or out of the atmosphere, rather. There we go. Horizontal. Holy but Jesus, this is worse launch than last time. I say that. No, it's not. It just looked like it was worse. It was all the news stories, but you really liked the movie. Indeed. It wasn't bad. Like I said, I really liked the movie, but the stories were good. Dark Tower is actually a sequel to the book? Ooh, I didn't know that. Are we in orbit? We're not. Okay, so I have to keep... Unfortunately, I have to keep burning. Everyone's got their suborbital flight, but they haven't got their orbital flight, and they're not happy with me. Oh, wait. My bad. Get it back. I need vertical speed. I was pointing down. It was my bad. There we go. And orbit. Wait a few seconds. Cool. How much fuel do we have left? Hopefully more than last time. Nope. Got about the exact same amount as last time. Alright, well, we're still going to have a nice flame ball return, but that's okay. Let's do a little bit of a change then. Instead of having exactly the same flight path, let's first off turn on my lights, because why the hell don't we have those turned on? There we go. And now... possibly wait until we hit our apoapse. Oh, hold on. It's freaking out. I can't tell where our apoapse is. There it is. Wait until I'm there, approximately. Alright, now. Go out retrograde and put my... that doesn't work. Solar panels. Sweet. Make sure that we have power. And bring that periapse down. I'm going to do a completely different re-entry just to see if it works. Worst case scenario, we get fireworks at the end of the stream. Just bring it down. Make a Discord server so you can show you your drawings. I have a Discord server. If somebody wants to link it, they can. I think the only person in it, possibly at the moment, is Primordialism, so I think he's the only one who could link it. I do not have it popped up, so I would have to join it to link this, the whatever channel. 160. Once again, we're just gonna bring it down. Well, it's not a, it's sort of sequel, more of an alternate version. Oh, okay. Kind of like how, ah, crap. This is a terrible example, but kind of how, like, Ender's Game, the Ender's Game was from Ender, and then there was another version of Ender's Game that was from... Oh, what is his name? Now I can't remember. It was my favorite version, too. From the small kid. I can't remember what his name was. It was, like... I think it was an irony name, too, which is why it's bugging me. But, the other alternative version of Ender's Game, I'm sure you've got me. You're gonna be like, this book! And it's, yeah, that one! And thank you, Primordialism. We're 20. Just use the extension invite what? Extension invite extension? The invite extension, that number? Okay. I thought you could just send a link, but I guess they don't have that. Who knows? I'm so ignorant when it comes to Discord. I'm gonna have to figure it out and actually set up good channels. Like, we have just the one channel in there right now. I need to set up, like, one that we can post images and all that shit to without just spamming the crap out of our only channel. Maybe make a voice separate channel. I don't know. I'll look into it. I need to start doing that stuff, but I just... If I'm being honest, I don't like Discord. I really don't. Ventrilo was my shit back in the day. I used to run Vent servers all the time. I just don't like Discord for some reason. I can't tell you why. You're not with it in the head right now? It's all good. Also removed extensions for non-mods. Really? Weird. I have no idea how Discord works because I'm an idiot. I'll figure it out eventually. But honestly, it's one of those things that I don't care about that much. Like, I'll join it every now and then. I've hung out on it for the past 2 days because Primordialism's been in there. But other than that, like, I'm not gonna be using it as a constant, like, social thing. Most likely, I don't know. If I do, it's because I'm insanely bored. Let's keep on going. Usually I have enough shit keeping me busy during the day that I am doing stuff. You came from IRC. I know that one. I used to run IRC chats too. Ventrilo was basically just an IRC front end with voice. All bueno, let's bring those solar panels in. And let's bring those down. Alright, let's do this. Into the atmosphere we go. Time to take a hit. Be right back from the shitty dab pin that hopefully will get me high. Oh, bueno. I'll wait to kick on these engines till we're under 100k. We'll see if we can get it to work again. Settle the fuel. Seems like it's gonna work. Not that we've ever had this thing not work, but it's weird. I'll send the link in a moment. Actually, I might be able to do it from my phone. Hold on. If I can, it'll be a miracle. Let's see here, Discord. Do I even have it still popped up on my phone? Possibly not. There we go. Can I... No. No. How the hell do I do this? Does not look like I'm able to add somebody to this channel easily. Not from my phone. Well, I tried. Oh, Stevio got it with the first one. Well, I'm glad you got in, Stevio. Taking another hit from the dab pen. It's not that bad. Like, it doesn't taste too bad. It just tastes... A good example is like popcorny. If you've ever had a vaporizer for weed and you use it too long, the atomizer starts... Or not the atomizer, the weed that there's coming off of it, it starts to taste like popcorn if it's been in there for too long. AKA you've already smoked all the THC off of it. That's what this kind of tastes like, but you can tell it's because the atomizer just... It's burning, trying to burn the wax. Put Discord link in the description. I'll try that tomorrow or something. Oh, my phone's going off. Oh, I think... Hold on. Discord message. I assume... Oh, that's what you meant. Only mods can... I'm so sorry. Congratulations. And I would post the link, but I can't copy and paste it. Thank you, Stevio. Oh shit, under 90. Let's kick on those engines. Or should we? Maybe let's wait until we're at like 85. Or 80, maybe. We're not experiencing enough drag for it to be slowing us down. Wow, is this game glitching? $85,000. It looks good. I feel like I want to kick on this. How far away from the periaps are we? Still pretty damn far, if I have to admit. Though it's getting further away because we're slowing down. Alright, I think I'll just wait until it starts heating up and then we'll kick it on to 5% and then... That's crazy that it's working. cool. I guess. I'm gonna kick it on to 5% once we hit 80,000. Because I'm scared that I'm gonna burn too late and this thing's gonna flip itself over. Oh, I saw that flip and I kicked on the engine. It was the camera angle change. Alright. That's great. At least I kicked it on. We're definitely coming out of orbit now. We have plenty of fuel to burn right now. Watch this compass, make sure we don't start going too far off track. It's funny, even though I've been talking about Kerbal Space Program in real life for the past like hour and a half, we've legitimately made progress. Like, we made $1 million, we unlocked 2 sets of stuff, like, we've made good progress in this really short stream, believe it or not, and we only did the same thing 3 times in a row. That's not too bad, I'll take it. It's definitely a short and not the most entertaining stream, but hey, it's fun just to chillax and talk some days. Rather than beating my head against the table trying to make the latitude and longitude work on the Kerbal OS. I don't understand why that's being such a pain. The fact that we have to go down to a half-second cycle on the Kerbal OS just to get our latitude and longitude at a reasonable number, that's crazy. Multitasking for the win? Indeed. Burning quicker now, but nothing seems to be overheating, so we're fine. In fact, I'll bring that fuel back down because it doesn't seem to be heating up at all. Slowly but surely. Hey, what's up, Twitch? Dude, unfortunately, I am literally gonna call it quits on the stream in like 20 minutes, 10 minutes. That sucks, bro. But welcome. You should definitely join the Discord if you can. That way we can talk a lot more often. I feel like I'm jipping you on a stream today. But other than that, it's doing pretty good. How about you, Twitch? I'm sorry that we're about to end. Oh, things are heating up. Let's start kicking those on. Throttle up. That link just opens Discord in a browser for you. It doesn't do anything else. That's weird. I'm not the one posting them, so I can't validate them or anything. I don't know. I appreciate the mods trying to help, though. Ooh, we're heating up a little bit too much. Let's kick that booster on. We're under 30 or 6,300 meters per second, which is not bad. All right, we're about to flip though. Hello, flames. You've had no one watching all day and it blows. I know the feeling, Twitch. The past week of streams have been like that for me, man. Unfortunately, YouTube seems not to want to recommend my streams anymore. Granted, every time I say that, they usually the next day recommend my streams, but for the past, like, 4 streams, they've just... I've had maybe 50 views, 50 to 70 views. It's really not great. We're still maintaining stability, though I don't know how. Hello, sad boy. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, we're about to call it quits tonight. We've made, like, over 1,000 science, a few $1 million, and we've had a lot of tourism stuff. If this doesn't blow up, assuming, because this is weird. Normally, we flip around by this point, but I don't know, maybe it's the weight of the engine or something? I don't know. Oh, now it looks like it's starting to get out of control. Yep. it's starting to drift. Just a hair. And right as it drifts and throws itself around, I'll detach from those engines so that they don't end up being extra weight. Detach, and it'll throw it like a softball, and we're golden. Hello from Brazil? Well, hello. I believe you're the second person to say hello from Brazil. I've had somebody before. But welcome to the stream. If it's okay, will you post a link to your bro stream? It'll be fun to have you in for a bit. Sure. No offense, man. I probably won't watch tonight because I'm going to be going crazy. If you would have been watching, I've been talking about it for the past hour and a half, but I spent $700 last night on stuff. I'm gonna start doing Kerbal space program in real life. We're gonna be creating relatively large scale rockets, and relatively large being like 5 to 10 feet tall rockets, and trying to launch them into space from my house. But I'm not gonna try to get things into orbit. Obviously, that's not possible. I'm not a millionaire. But getting things to space, that's not hard. You can do that with a fucking weather balloon, an ice cooler, and a GoPro. So I think we can get to space. It's just going to be a few months dragged out. I'll do about 1 episode a week and see how fucking crazy it's going to get. We're going to have some fun. Pretty sure I've had a few people from Brazil. Yeah, I think so, Stevio. I've had a few people tell me that before, but it's cool. Speed's doing okay. Without that roll, it's golden. I wonder if it ever figures itself out. Like if it ever puts it butt first. But I appreciate you asking before you just straight up posted the link, Twitch. I really do appreciate that. Somebody got banned earlier today because they just, first thing they said was, come watch me, whatever, what the fuck. They're talking about their channels like, join the revolution. Okay. A random person that has virtually no views but is leeching off of me who has no views. What does that say? But first, indeed. I can't seem to... Yeah, it seems like there's so much weight in the nose that it doesn't want to flip itself. But that's fine. Like, even at this low speed, it doesn't want to flip itself. All good. We'll release the drogue chutes because we're going more than slow enough, and I hope that they'll make this thing go with the butt towards the ground, but apparently it's still not working. Very strange. It's trying, just not very well. If only we had somewhere to actually land on the ground. I keep coming down in the water. Though, I mean, that's Earth for you. And oh god, I hate people like that. Yup, me too, man. I went on a little bit of a bitching spree, I let out all of my anger. Stone, do you go from question mark in case? I don't understand your question, sad boy, unfortunately. You've just been mostly bored? Indeed. The past 4 streams, 4 or 5 streams that I've done have been slow games because I didn't really want to play Kerbal Space Program. I played Plant Tycoon, RuneScape, fuck. Command and Conquer was a really slow one too. I played a lot of games like that. I played Command and Conquer, Twitch. I'm gonna play it again tomorrow. But they're stupid slow, like 40 to 70 views, and I normally get 100 to 200, and I guess it's just the monetization stuff, but don't tell YouTube that, because one of the first things they say in their creator FAQ is we don't stop recommending channels just because they're not monetized. It's just a funny coincidence that after the monetization stopped, my channel hit the face on the floor. I was gonna say face planted, but just, oh god, everything in that FAQ that they sent out was such bullshit. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, if you want your AdSense money and you're under $100, you can't get that, even though we said you could get that. If you want it, you just have to close your account and we'll never deal with you again. That's YouTube in a nutshell. Where did I come from in the game? In what planet? Oh, I came from Earth. We're on Earth right now. And it's really hard to get into orbit. What I'm doing is taking tourists into orbit so that they'll give us a lot of money and science. Timber Bunny, YouTube's got no idea what coincidence means. You don't say. The third thing that they answered in that exact same video was, is all of this in response to Logan Paul? And of course they're like, no, it's not in response to him. Except that it's totally in response to him. It may not be him only, but he was the catalyst that made you actually do something. Oh, YouTube is so dumb. Like, you could tell the guy in the video isn't the guy who knows what the fuck he's talking about, because he's clearly just reading a script. Go to Mars? I can't do that, sad boy, unfortunately. I am not that far in science yet. And this is... go to Mars later? Okay, later. Splashdown. Recover. I won't even finish the sentence, and there's no need. If you're gonna be gone by the time you hear it. I'm gonna take a swig of soda. If it wasn't in response to Logan Paul, they mentioned it awfully fast indeed. Oh man. Oh well, we got 600 science. Actually, that's shitty. That's not good at all. We got good money, but we didn't get good science. Fuck. Oh, we already unlocked, didn't we? We did. We already spent the money. So we unlocked the high-performance fuel systems, and we unlocked the very heavy rocketry. So I'm happy tonight. Or not unlocked. We unlocked the ability to go to experimental rocketry. We're almost there. I'm happy with that. We made something like $2 to $4 million tonight. We made a good amount of science. We did make progress, though tonight I'd have nothing to talk about. All I would talk about is Kerbal Space Program in real life, and I don't even have all my thoughts formulated on that yet, so a lot of it's up in the air to change. I feel like I need to definitely get some weed, and I don't know when that's going to be, so let's call it quits here before I end up just having a stream of rambling. Turn this stream into a podcast. I think I'll be doing Command & Conquer tomorrow. We'll continue the retro weekend stuff. We'll do Command & Conquer tomorrow, and then maybe Zelda on Sunday. I have the new controller, or maybe we'll do Zelda, I don't know. I have the new controller, so we shouldn't have an issue with Zelda. Or I won't at least be rage quitting like I was the other day, so that'll be fun. Worst case scenario, if the game is still a pain in the ass, and I just epically suck at it, or for some reason I start getting frustrated again, we can always jump to a different game. I'm going to call it quits here. Past that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.